Hi again. Today we're going to look at books about the martial arts. And I'm going to start with one that again was in the Central Library in Liverpool when I was first involved in the martial arts in judo. I read this book then, and it's been in my collection ever since. I bought it a while back, and I've always kept a copy of it. It's Secret Fighting Arts of the World by John F. Gilbey. Now, I had a good friend who was interested in the martial arts at the same time, and we used to talk about this book because it was a bit of a mystery. We'd never heard of some of the material presented in other places, and that seemed to be a bit strange. Anyway, it eventually transpired that the author, John F. Gilbey, was actually the famed writer and martial arts instructor, Robert W. Smith. And I put this together because I was reading his material in Judo magazine. And there was one section which is almost identical that he'd written in Judo magazine that was in Secret Fighting Arts of the World, with just a couple of details changed. And then this was confirmed when I was in Japan and I was talking to Don Drager. And he said that they had a group of martial arts enthusiasts all living together in a house in Ichigaya. And Robert Smith came over. He was in Taiwan at the time, and he came over to visit. He was staying with them. And they all got together and just as a joke, completely as a joke, decided to come up with the idea of all these different martial arts. And they came up with the name of John F. Gilbey. And for the picture that's in the book, they're all drawings, by the way, they took a photograph of Bruce Tegner and put spectacles on it and then did a sketch of that. So that's the John F. Gilbey. The actual techniques are based in reality. The Canton corkscrew is from Shingi, I believe, and the Macedonian buttock is the Uchimata from Judo, just adapted. And it's actually an idea that was worth pursuing, that you can take techniques that have one overt application, such as a throw or a submission, and you can make it into a destructive technique. There's actually more truth in Secret Fighting Arts of the World in its fictionalized presentation than in quite a few other supposedly authentic martial arts texts, which doesn't really say a lot for that community. That's not saying all martial arts books are dodgy in any way. That's not the point. But a lot of people put out a lot of nonsense on the martial arts. I will be reviewing a book written by Robert W. Smith under his real name in this series. But for now, Secret Fighting Arts of the World was a very intriguing book and a very important book for me in the early days of my martial arts training.